It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. The Juicy Frank Sizzling Hot. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
Hey guys, it's Greg. This is not going to be too long a video as far as my being in it, but I'm going to tack on a couple of videos that I don't know if everybody knows about this idiot, but a lot of people don't follow politics, and for good reason. But when you see this guy, just ask yourself, why in the hell are we in the mess we're in now? How the hell does somebody like this get elected? Re-elected? It would be funny if it were like satire, but this is truth. This is the reality. The guy's a moron. Alright, without further ado, here's Hank Johnson.
This is a island that at its widest level is what, 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level or smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that. The Guam population, I think, currently about 175,000, and again, with 8,000 Marines and their families, it's an addition of about 25,000 more into the population.
The whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that.
I came up last night to the floor to speak on that issue, and as I am prone to do, I use a lot of analogies, and so last night I used an analogy that some find offensive, and I certainly was not meaning to be offensive or use a derogatory term. You know, everybody knows what the N-word is. The N-word, Mr. Speaker, is used to describe a group of people. And the N-word used to be fashionable, or it used to be socially acceptable to use the N-word. But now, we don't say the N-word, we refer to that word as the N-word. And I had never heard of the M-word, Representative Shankowski, the M-word. It's a word also that describes a group of people. And it at one time has been commonly used as a descriptive term. It was at one time socially acceptable, but to my discovery, just within the last 12 hours or so, I have found that the use of the the use of the M word is no longer socially acceptable. Now, the M word refers to a group of people, the little people. But when we say little people, I'm not talking about the Leona Helmsley little people. I'm not talking about the 47%. I'm not talking about the takers instead of the makers, as some would describe them. I'm not talking about the middle class, working people, working poor people. That's not what is meant by the little people term. It really refers to a medical condition. Dwarfism is the name of that medical condition, and sometimes I guess one can even say abnormally small people, which to me is, I like that term better than dwarfism. So I wanted to say to all of those who may have been offended by my use of the term, the M word, I want you to know that it was out of ignorance and not spite or hatred that I used that term, and please know that I will never use that term again. This bill, which shows that this Tea Party Congress will make the tough choice to keep children's birthday parties on schedule and give industries that rely on helium the lift that they deserve. Imagine, Mr. Speaker, a world without balloons. How can we make sure that the injustice of there being no helium for comedians to get that high-pitched voice that we all hold near and dear to our hearts?